So the process of rigging up one of these offshore boards is pretty simple. First thing you got to do is set your crankbait your desired lead length. Now I just caught that fish with a 45-foot lead length, so I'm going to use my line counter here until I get 45, right there. All right, now I'm good there. Now what I need to do is grab my planer board. And the way the offshore boards come from the factory these days, they're set up for exactly what I'm going to talk about. They come with the orange OR19 release on the front. They come with a red OR16 release at the back. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reach up and grab my line, and I'm just going to create a few simple twists in the line. Once I create those twists in the line, that's where I'm going to put my front release. So you can see what I've done is I've created a little loop of line up here on the front release. That's so I can trip the board easily. Then I'm going to go back to this red release, the 16, and I'm going to put the line in there too. And the 16 is unique in that it has a pin in it that's designed not as a release but as a clip to hold the line. So, and I also have a little bit of slack in here. The reason I need that slack in here is our boards are equipped with tattle flags, and that slack allows the tattle flag to work. So now that this is all set up, I can put it in the water, I can let it straight back out the back of the boat until it's far enough away, it's not going to incorporate or get entangled in any of these other inside or middle boards, and then swing it around to the outside right where it came from, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So basically I'm just going to drop it in there. The board is ballasted so it rides upright when it floats, and I'm just going to let it slide straight back out the back of the boat. Now I know that my middle board has got a 50-foot lead in it, and I know that my inside board's got a 70-foot lead on it. So I have to let that planer board back at least further than 70 feet so that it'll swing around the other lines and not contact those other crankbaits as they're diving. So if you keep that in mind, you're good to go. That little loop trick that we talked about in the release, the beauty of that is it makes it a lot easier to trip the board when you need to trip it. If you put the line just linear in that release, you can still trip it, but you got to tug harder on it. This is just a way of making it a little bit smoother and a little bit more seamless.